Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We have the minutes of January 23rd in our package. I'll entertain a motion to accept them. Do I have a motion to accept?
Motion to accept.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Approval of bills. Tim, you wanna?
Sure. So we have 3 invoices this month, and in your packet, the second page of the packet is a summary. So there's a bill for Strategic Building Solutions, invoice number 20213, and that amounts to $45,324. And that's for services for being on site, all of our services basically for the, I
Yep.
think that's a January, yeah, for the month of January.
Okay. Yes.
I make a motion to approve the invoice for Strategic Building Solutions in the amount of $45,324.
Second?
Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries.
The next invoice is SMMA's invoice dated February 5th, 2018, in the amount of $49,508.69. This is for construction or contract administration, as well as sub-consultants for hazardous material monitoring and geotechnical services on site.
I make a motion to approve the invoice for SMMA in the amount of $49,508.69.
Second?
Have a motion, any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
The next invoice is, which is the bulk of your packet, is application for payment number 1 from the contractor. So it took quite a while to get the contract broken down in the format that we had requested, and it's 68 pages. So each month there'll be a 68-page invoice that comes in. I don't know if the committee wants to review all 68 pages, or we can summarize it for you. I mean, we review it, the design team reviews it, the OPM reviews it, and you can recommend approval. You could save a couple trees if you want, but if you'd like to see all the line items, we can provide that for you going forward.
Yeah, I think we do, but you could summarize it in the meantime. We don't have to go through every page, I don't believe.
Yeah, really what it comes down to is the amount that we've approved and that they've come in with. So just so you know the process, they submit a what we call a pencil requisition about a week ahead of time before the end of the month. And we go through the line items and comment and say, no, we think this is a little heavy, or you need to back that off, or no, that looks okay. And so there is some back and forth, and then this is the the final, which then comes out and gets signed by the design team. So this one is for $824,628.50. So with every requisition, we are holding 5% retainage, and we'll hold 5% up until substantial completion, and after that, we'll review whether or not to reduce it, depending upon what's left on a punch list and so forth. To date, there have been no change orders, so each month, we'll be able to provide you with how many change orders have been approved, and they would be incorporated into the requisition, so the contract amount will change. But this first page is really what you wanted to be taking a look at. We do have a summary for propay and entering it into the system so that town can easily get reimbursed, and that's the last page. So we provide that to Holly, and so she can very easily enter it into the propay system. So far, so good. I haven't heard any issues with any other invoices to date, so this one is, most invoices are 1 or 2 line items, so this one will have, a dozen line items to enter, but same process.
And has, so no one or has anyone from the town seen this yet? This will be
Who
the
would-
first. This will be the first.
This is the first.
I make a motion to approve the invoice to Fontaine Brothers for $824,628.50.
Second?
I have a motion, any discussion, any other discussion on this motion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries.
So, can I just ask one question? Tim, do you have all of these together so that the vice chair can sign one whole packet, and then I can get that to Holly tomorrow?
Yep.
Well, here's an extra packet, so.
I don't need that, the packet here I would have to take apart, so all of that you have together, you can sign, and I can bring that to Holly tomorrow?
Sure. I'll take that extra packet, though.
Okay, thank you. Well, I wrote all over mine, so you can't, okay, fine, thank you.
But I do have the bulk of it. I have extra
Okay.
copies
Yeah.
of their invoice.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, OPM update.
So not a whole lot going on site. There's a lot of soil removal. You remember that the site had a 3 to 4 foot of fill over the top, and that had to be removed and replaced with structural fill within the building footprint, and then also with outside the footprint, it has to be everything is being removed and replaced. They have demoed 95% of the building. If you drive by, you'll see that there's still some foundations that are coming up, and the different abatement activities that took place pulled out all the asbestos that was known, but we did come across some that wasn't anticipated, and so that's why things came to a halt. We're negotiating a pricing with them, and then we'll be moving forward. We did kind of talk about the issue with the subcommittee about the additional asbestos. Once we have a firm number, we'll inform everybody, and then we'll move forward. It's not holding anything up. It's kind of off to the side. It will be what they refer to as a laydown area for all their storage of materials and equipment once they start doing the construction of the project, of the actual building. So we do want to get it out of the way sooner rather than later. Moving forward, what's going to be taking place is the concrete subcontractor is going to be starting. So they're going to start excavating for footings, and they'll start over on the southeast corner, and then they'll work their way around the building. So you won't really see much other than there's some trenching that's going to be going on, and you'll start to see concrete trucks coming in and steel rebar. But that'll be going on for a couple months, and then
Starts Monday.
yeah.
Okay.
It starts Monday.
So it's kind of a milestone, actually starting construction. And I guess the other thing to think about is now that we are starting to get warm weather, whether it's temporary, I don't know, but, you know, March is next week, and, so we wanna get a groundbreaking on people's calendars, and we really wanna get it on the MSBA's calendar, and that usually takes some doing, to coordinate with them. They're gonna be participating in, a significant amount of the cost of this project, so we wanna make sure that, they're available, to attend. So, if, I'm not sure if that's something that, is gonna be done by the committee or just by the school, or how you wanna go about doing that.
As far as, contacting MSBA or?
We'll contact them,
Oh,
but
okay.
as far as
Setting up,
organizing or having an idea of what you wanna do, who's gonna be involved, are you gonna have speakers, you know, just kind of the logistics.
okay, all right. I guess we can come up with something, right? Okay.
Uh,
Why are you looking at me, Mr. Mason?
No, I was just looking for your approval, that's all.
Well, I think that if you're looking as far as other committees are concerned, obviously the Board of Selectmen needs to be involved, and I think
know,
that,
and that's,
the senator and the representative.
sure, yeah,
Beyond that, I think that, yeah, this committee needs to come up with some,
okay.
yeah,
We can coordinate with the selectmen.
Yeah.
So, Yep,
absolutely.
okay, we'll do that.
We can show you what's been done in some other projects, and
Yeah.
that's kind of what,
That'll be perfect.
And you can give us kind of an idea of the date, in coordinating with the MSBA and stuff, so.
That'd be the question I have. So is it, do we back in from the MSBA's date? It sounds like that would be the
Right.
smartest thing to do, because they would
Yeah.
obviously be harder to.
Yeah,
I think if we target a certain period, and then we may have to shift it a week or two,
Mhm.
you know, but if we were to say, hey, we wanna do it, you know, the beginning of April,
Right.
then, okay, I can kind of put it out there to, the MSBA, and, you know, see if we can get Jack McCarthy or somebody, like that from the MSBA to attend, and so, just getting their schedules, and, it can be difficult at times.
Okay,
Yep.
all right.
Trying to think if there was anything else, but really, that's about all I had.
This is goodness.
Yeah, it's, things are moving right along. We've had some of our coordination is taking place, so, you know, the design of the building gets drawn up, but depending upon what equipment the contractors are actually planning on, submitting on, you know, there may be different sizes, and you need to coordinate different things and go through, actual calculations for ductwork sizes and that sort of stuff, and so process is ongoing. A lot of the submittals are going through, and Jen has been buried with paperwork,
Really?
but it's going well. She dug herself out to come here tonight.
Thank you, Jen.
Okay.
I'd just like to say it's lovely to see you all,
Yes.
and I'm happy to be back.
Okay, do we have any new business?
We have one gentleman.
Yes, sir.
My name's Steve Joria, 18 Drury Lane, Tupelo. I'm here to, been told that this committee is employing the Corey Act on this job. And I would like to know, I've read the Mass General Law 71. And again, I know the Corey's in the specs, but if you read the law, there's no need for a Corey on this project. I've talked to my union, and the union position in the signatories is, and I can't speak for the signatory, but I can only state that right here it says that you're doing a Corey. And under the law, there's no need for a Corey. So I would ask, I'd like to get a paper stating whether you're doing it or the contractor is pursuing a Corey.
So I'm not sure, is that in the spec, or is that something the GC is doing, or?
Yeah, typically it's done when we're working on a school project when there's students on site. And it may have been that we had it in the spec because we typically do it, and because a lot of times these projects are with students on site. But on this project, without any students on site, there would be no need for us to go through that process. So we haven't asked that the contractor submit any Corey paperwork to us for review.
Would-
If they're, if the contractor does their own review of their employees, that may be, I don't know.
But
It's not a Corey process, though.
Well, as far as we're concerned, the GC could require it on their own, but not because we asked for it.
Correct.
May I interrupt?
Sure.
This is a list of contractors presently, and this project is listed as Corey. And so anybody that was, could maybe even hired now on that project could have had a Corey. I can't interview him. I guess what I'm trying to express to you is that I disagree with the fact that that this contractor would be in the sense, putting a Corey in if the owner doesn't require it. So the owner is really the person that does it, and that's the sense. And so what I would like, so that I could get it removed on the union, so it could open up jobs for a lot of us, I'd like to add a letter from you saying that you're not doing it, and that's it. And I'm gonna tell you, you can look at the letter if you'd like. It says, that it is a Corey, and that's an up-to-date copy. And he just said that there's no need for it, and I agree with him. And if you read the Mass General Law, and anyone that's not up to it, give them time to read it. It's not a hurry thing, it's just starting out, but I don't think it's right to keep it in under the circumstances. If there was a risk, I would be here, and there isn't, so.
So I'm
Well,
not
the
su-
owner technically is the town. So the letter can't come from this committee. We can say that.
Yeah.
That we can say. So it'd have to come from the town,
But-
I think. But if it's from the owner,
What is that piece of paper?
Well, it's a list of active
But-
union
I'll give
projects.
it to him.
Sure.
This is a list of contractors that we, a project list that we get, members in the union. They list down all the projects, and whether they tell them it's a drug testing project or a Corey project is listed.
Yeah, so the Carpenters Local 336
That's correct.
puts
I'm a
this
member.
out. And so they have a list of all the projects, and they list either
Yeah,
yes or
condition.
it's blank, whether a Corey is required. And this one is listed as yes. So this is just a Carpenters Local 336 form. This has no real impact on, it has no standing with the town or anything. It's just,
That's correct. It doesn't have any standing with the town. What it does indicate is we're gonna be the people that employ in that situation. We're part of the signatory. All right, so we're the members. And, the place to address this matter respectfully is with you.
well,
And that's why I'm here, to get it removed, since
Well-
you don't need it.
well, it sounds like the Carpenters Union just has the wrong information. I don't think it needs necessarily a letter. All they would need to do is contact the general contractor.
Well, that's actually, as I understand it, has occurred, and what has been conveyed to me respectfully is, it's the owners that job, or this committee has been in charge of it to give me the answer of where you're gonna do it or you're not, And that's why I asked for a letter.
Who's the local union steward? Is that you?
You steward on a job?
No,
It's
who's-
listed right here.
Well, should they be calling the town or calling the hirer of and
Well, I'm-
asking?
I'm a citizen of the town, so, we would distinguish the
You-
fact that if we're
But
part
you're
of the
here
owners-
representing the union?
I'm not representing the union, I'm a member of the union.
Okay, so if they have, if the
I'm
info,
asking as a citizen respectfully for Corey, because there's no reason to put it in. And all I'm asking here in particular, if
So-
you're in charge of that, then you would be
this
doing
committee
it.
is
If
not
you
in
ain't-
charge of that.
Yeah, if you ain't, then give me a letter, and if it's the signatory or general contractor that's doing it, then I'll take the matter up with
Who's-
him.
Who officially signs the I don't understand, like, if
so
it's just,
if it's an owner issue, right? If the owner is the
It
one who
is.
needs it, The owner is the town.
The town.
Yeah, you represent the town, you've been in charge of the town, you're the board.
I am a member, I am one member of 5.
Well, I'm not talking selectmen respectfully, I know who you are, but
But this committee is not the appropriate
It
resource.
is the selectman,
It is the selectmen.
In that
or the
case.
town administrator.
they're the owners.
Mhm.
The town is the
Well,
owner of
yes,
the school.
the
It's
town
not
is-
this committee.
It's not
It's
this.
not
Yeah,
this
this committee
committee.
does not own that building.
Can I have a letter to that?
No, you can speak to the selectmen's
Selectmen,
office.
sure.
Not from this board, can I have a letter in
No.
the fact that there's no, you're saying that you're not in charge?
No, you can just, Mr. Drury, you could speak to the selectmen's office.
I heard what you said, and then now I'm asking if I can have a letter, it's stating what you're saying.
No, you can just speak to the selectmen's office tomorrow.
Okay, I repeat myself, because I don't think you understand, I'd like to have a
He
letter
wants
from
a
your
letter from us
board
to the
stating
selectmen,
that you're not in charge
that we're not in
of
charge.
the quarry.
We just stated that fact.
Don't
No,
argue
and
with
it's-
him.
all right, you stated it, so what's the problem getting a letter?
We're not gonna, I don't understand
No,
why we
because-
would need to give a letter.
I mean, the selectmen can give you a letter,
Right.
saying that
The
it's
selectman is the
not
owner of the
anything.
project,
and
so a letter is not
it's not
required.
part of our contract, so the issue isn't with us, it's the issue
It's with
with
the selectmen,
the selectmen and whoever gave you that
Right, but-
information. So
right.
I would go back and see how they got the information, how they ascertained that it was a quarry, and who told them that. And then if it's, I'm thinking if it's, they must have the wrong information, because we didn't request, it's not in our contract for a quarry, so we may have to review that
You
and
have to
find
look
out
at the
who
con-
told
is
them
in
it
the
was a quarry
contract just
situation.
because it's standard?
It isn't, they just.
It could be in the it could be in the contract because it's standard, because it's a school.
Right.
It could be. It's-
Yes.
It was just an,
Yep.
right, and we just, right, no children, right. Right, so if somebody were to apply, no quarry check would be required. Yes, no,
Yes, that is correct.
right.
But
That's
again, it
what
has
I'm-
nothing to do with,
That's what I'm getting at,
Right.
exactly.
Right.
Go ahead, Tim.
if the union had any questions, they could contact the general contractor.
The general
who's
contractor,
doing the project, who would be hiring that person.
the general contractor.
Yeah, they would be able to tell them, no, it's a quarry is not
Right.
required.
And they are signatory to the carpenters, this particular general contractor.
Yeah.
And they're the general contractor is a signatory.
If I may
Right,
speak
Fonte.
to that, the union, like the contractor, and, you know, has done many of these projects, one way or the other. And the condition that you rose, that there isn't a, condition of endangerment of children or whatever, has been addressed thousands of times. And under the circumstances, they're saying it's a quarry. And so, and it's the owners that usually you know, state this. And so that's why I'm here, because I'm here just on the aspect that you people are, have been entrusted with those decisions, but you're telling me it's the selectmen that would be in the.
Well, no, I think if the selectmen would have to issue in a letter.
Mm-hmm.
As far as we're concerned, and from what we know, it's not a quarry project. And
Okay.
So we can reiterate to the general contractor that this job does not require quarry checks.
And then give him the option if it does. Yeah, it was what he was speaking to, that they would do it, but I don't think they would. And that's all I'm asking, that's.
Yeah, we're meeting with the contractor tomorrow morning, and they're aware that, because obviously they haven't submitted any quarries for the job yet, so they know that it isn't required, but we'll make sure that they let the unions know, so that they can change whatever internal paperwork they have, like that
Like
piece of
that.
paper, yeah.
Yeah, right.
If Mr. Drury were to go to the selectman's office tomorrow morning, would they know that we internally?
Well,
They would
first-
probably- no,
first-
they would call
No,
us.
they'd call
Right.
Tim.
However,
Yeah.
I have to drop off invoices, so I'm not sure what time that will be at the moment. It could be and I will speak to Holly about this, and then Holly could speak with you, or I will send Holly an email when I get home stating that I will be dropping off these invoices and that Mr. Jury addressed this issue.
And in the
And
meantime,
I will get the ball rolling.
Okay, but in the meantime, they're gonna be talking with the contractor anyways, and they'll
Right,
reiterate.
so I'll just I'll start the ball rolling with our office.
I thank you all for that.
Well-
I thank you so much for that. And,
Welcome.
and I wait, and, whenever, I'll talk to Holly, because you can.
Yeah, you just need to give us some time. It
Couple
may-
days.
Sure, yeah,
Not
I'll-
at 8 AM or at 9 AM, or, I just have to.
All right, and thank you.
Thank you,
again
Mr.
for
Drury.
letting me address. See ya.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other new
Thank you, Tim.
business?
You're welcome. No, I don't have any other additional.
All right, I'll have entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second?
All those in favor, say aye. Aye. Motion carries. Thank you.